What is up, EXO? It has been a while. It has been a while, but Hurry Up Tomorrow is coming. I had to get this video out here. Hurry Up Tomorrow is coming tomorrow, tonight, however you look at it. It is finally coming. I know I have not been on since like September, the Sao Paulo show, and there has been a lot going on, a lot leading up to this album, and there's a lot to talk about. So let's get into this, all right? So let's talk about leading up to this album. Obviously, we have the Sao Paulo show. He performed a lot of the stuff that we think are going to be on this album. And off of that, he dropped a few singles and previewed some songs. The first one being Dancing in the Flames. This song, I love it. From the moment that he sang that song at Sao Paulo, with the music kind of low before he hits into the actual song, Dancing in the Flames, I love it. I enjoy it. I think it's a great song. There are some fans that are on the fence about the song. I think the biggest reason why is because of the way that he released it, or the way that the way that the video was. The video seemingly was more so an Apple commercial. I think that might have rubbed people the wrong way, or kind of have people looking at it like, all right, this ain't really a song. You know what I mean? I think it's still a great song. I think, especially when you put it on the album or get it to more an album context, similar to how "Take My Breath" was. "Take My Breath" the single is different than "Take My Breath" the album version. So I think maybe once we get it to the album, I think it's gonna breathe a new life in it, for lack of a not like no pun intended. That's the saying. All right. The next one was "Timeless" with Playboy Cardi. I like the song. Well, I like the song as a vibe. I think it's definitely, and it has an energy. Is definitely a good vibe. I'm not the biggest fan of Playboy Cardi. I'm not a fan of Playboy Cardi. I don't mean it in regards to like a personal thing. I don't know him personally. I don't know anything that he's done or whatever. I'm not a fan of his sound or his music. So I'm not a fan of him in that regard. But I can see why people would like it. So I don't think it's a bad song. I think it's definitely a vibe, and it's for that audience. The next one was Sao Paulo. Now, I love Sao Paulo. It is a club banger. A lot of people are on the fence with this song as well. However, I will say it's one of those songs I think it's more of a vibe. It's almost like false alarm in the sense of it's situationally dependent. It's a vibe. I freaking love it. I think you play that song in a club, especially if you're talking about like it's a Brazilian. The Brazilian market's probably rocking out. Yeah, I think it's a banger. I enjoy it. A lot of people are complaining about the commercial, or not the commercial, the music video. It was pretty weird, but hey, man, a lot of his stuff is weird. The next one was Open Hearts. I think Open Hearts sounded like a great song, and it probably will be a great song. Didn't really get the along back to the marketing thing. It was kind of released or previewed on Apple Vision Pro or whatever Apple product. So you really had to like have an Apple eye goggle garbage or whatever just to even be able to listen to the song. And I think that was a problem that I didn't really like. I mean, I don't fault him. You got to get your bag. You got to get that money. But in terms of a fan's experience, it was, I'm like, man, couldn't really get to enjoy the song or listen to the song really, or whatever music video you're trying to put out. So, at least with Dancing in the Flames, I can actually watch the music video. Open Hearts, I couldn't. Or I did, but it's whatever. But I think, four solid songs, varying degrees. But we also did get a lot of stuff from the Sao Paulo show that I like and I'm vibing with. Wake Me Up hasn't officially been released. Hold Your Heart, which, if you know, that song's been around for a while. Take Me Back to LA, that's been around for a while, Man. Now let's go into anticipation. What do I expect from this project? I expect the Weeknd to probably be like open up more about Abel himself, because he did say this is his last project where he's going under the Weeknd or being the Weeknd. So I definitely can see this being a rebirth. This being the a rebirth for him. Him putting the Weeknd to sleep. I'm done with this character. I'm gonna start opening up more about more personal stuff that's personal to me. Now the Weeknd is inherently a private person in general, but I could definitely see him opening up maybe a little more. Maybe not over the like saying I did this on Monday or Tuesday. I had this for dinner. Maybe not that, but I could see him opening up a little bit more while introducing Abel. The other thing is I can see him talking more about his past as well. Some of his past traumas or trials and tribulations in life as Abel, and also his formation of the Weeknd character, maybe an origin story to it. So that's kind of what I'm looking for, or what I'm anticipating. When you think about his start to the Sao Paulo show where he's singing the song "The crowd would scream, the crowd would scream," like it sounded like he's talking about the traumas and the stress, and like it almost sounds like he's detailing the moment that happened at that LA show when he lost his voice. And speaking of that, he did have an interview with some article about that moment where he talks about that's what kind of got him to start thinking about, damn, is this the end of the Weeknd? Did I say all I needed to say with this character? He talked about having a panic attack and stuff. I can definitely see some of that trickling into the music. So, anticipation. Now, expectations. What are my... Oh, okay, wait, back to anticipation. And kind of expectations. I do not expect the Weeknd to try and sound like the Trilogy era or to try to sound like the Kissland era or any of that. I do not expect him to do that. He hasn't done it since that era. He won't do it, all right? So I'm not going to go in there thinking, oh, maybe he's going to give us a glimpse of this. He is not. All I'm looking for, or my expectations, is the Weeknd making music that is true to him and making good music. You know what I mean? And I'm going to reserve my judgment for multiple listens. I'm not going to listen to it just one time and judge it. I know a lot of people did that with Dawn FM, where they listened to it one time and they immediately said, this is terrible, this is this is, they started complaining and just being mad for no reason. And fast forward to like what was it, like 3 years later, 2 or 3 years later, every time the Dawn FM anniversary comes up, everybody's magically the biggest fan. XO Twitter is magically the biggest fan of Dawn FM now. So it's like, nah. Give his music. The Weeknd has earned the benefit of the doubt. He's earned the chance for somebody to listen to his music or listen to the album multiple times before formulating an opinion. And that's actually what I'm gonna do. And it's kind of gonna transition this into my plans. What do I want to do, or what are my plans? I'm gonna listen to the crap out of this album when it comes out. This album, I'm telling you, I'm gonna listen to it a lot. What I do want to do with this being, or the Weeknd saying this is the new trilogy, After Hours, Dawn FM, and Hurry Up Tomorrow. What I do want to do is I want to create a storyline or figure out the storyline of this. I kind of have the story. I had the storyline of After Hours. I did an After Hours breakdown before. I'm gonna do one for Dawn FM, and then I'm gonna do one for Hurry Up Tomorrow, and then maybe I'll do a fourth video. So it's gonna be like a part 1 After Hours, part 2 Dawn FM, part 3 Hurry Up Tomorrow, and like maybe part 4 or the final chapter being summarizing or putting it all together for all of them, for all the projects, and creating the storyline that the Weeknd, or that I as a fan envisioned the Weeknd projecting or putting out. So that's my plan moving forward with this. That's gonna be over the next weeks or two. Also, I'm gonna do I got to do some song breakdowns. I got I'm gonna do some song breakdowns. Some of the song breakdowns I've been thinking about. I'm gonna go back to the Trilogy era. I want to do some song breakdowns from then. And then also some newer song breakdowns too. Because why not? But yeah, let me know in the comments what y'all are looking forward to. What are y'all expecting on this album? What are y'all anticipations? And did y'all like any of those singles that The Weeknd put out? Lastly, before I even go, The Weeknd is supposed to be performing on like Jimmy Kimmel sometime tonight. Sometime tonight he's supposed to be performing. Maybe, just maybe, he might be debuting a new song before the album drops. So make sure y'all tune into that. Man, it is a great time to be the Weeknd fan. And I'll end it off with this. Enjoy this moment while y'all can, because this is the Weeknd's last go round as the Weeknd. So y'all, let's not just take this album in and that's it. No. Let's reminisce. Let's go back to his old stuff. Let's listen to his old stuff. Let's lead it into this. That's actually what I'm going to do. I'm going to go listen to his old stuff. I'm going to listen to all these projects. I'm going to reminisce. And, then it's go time at night, at midnight. Peace out, XO.